Hey there everyone, I have an ink drawing tutorial today. We're going to be drawing this bald eagle. He has quite the majestic look on his face, that very determined hunter eye, and hopefully we'll be able to catch that in this ink drawing. I love doing ink drawings. It's definitely drawing in its purest sense, in that with ink you have only the mark and your ability to communicate through that mark. And there's a lot of hand skills that you have to develop. And working in ink really boils it down to the skills that you develop. Now I'm sketching it freehand, but if you can't accomplish that yet through your drawing skills, you still need to practice those skills. Go ahead and somehow get that drawing transferred onto the paper in pencil, that you have a guide to work with your ink. Yes, I am telling you to cheat. Trace it on there in some way. Get it there to where all you have to worry about and focus on is the ink techniques in this. So pick your battle, figure out what you're trying to accomplish first. Don't think you have to do everything well from the start. So if you're just getting started drawing, use every means possible to get to an end result that you're going to be happy with. And it will give you some satisfaction so that you'll keep working to improve your skills. And as I'm drawing and sketching this eagle onto the paper, do watch for the type of marks that I'm indicating. I'm essentially looking for the shadows. I'm quickly just getting things into position, hopefully relatively in the right spot. I'm not worried that it's identical to the photograph. It just has to look close enough. And even at the pencil stage, I can be fairly inaccurate here, because then I can also, during the inking stage, come in and adjust any incorrect marks with the ink. So get it in there and start getting that drawing established. Get all the data that you're going to need. And as you get better at this, the sketches become less and less important. You'll be able to do this straight up with ink, although I will admit that is a well-developed and well-honed skill set, is to draw directly with ink with no pencil sketches. So it's been a while. I haven't taught drawing in probably about 2 semesters, so I'm not feeling that confident about my own straight up with no sketch inking skills. It can be done. I can definitely work with architecture in that manner. But in this case, I wanted to kind of give myself some pencil guides of the entire scene to work with. Now, working with ink, it is a skill set in that you have only the line to rely on. So everything you know about line, it either makes a mark, it's either black or white. You make a mark or you don't make a mark. So it is very binary, but there are still ways of making a sense of tone and textures and descriptive type of information in the drawing. So once we switch over and get started with the ink, you'll see that the direction I make the mark, the thickness that I make the mark, the shapes, the symbolic marks that will read as texture. I'll be making marks that read as value. So we'll be definitely working with line as value. Some hatching. I don't believe I used any cross hatching in this. And if I did, it was mainly hatching over top of textural marks. So you got to think about the mark and why you're making it and what job that mark is going to be doing. So I am getting started with this Pilot disposable fountain pen. And you have to be careful when drawing with this type of a drawing tool, in that you have to watch where you put your hand. You can easily set your hand down in wet ink and smear it around, and at that point you have to start over. So keep in mind, work from top left to lower right. I'll bounce around as I get going here, and Right now I'm making textural marks. The work I was doing around the eye, that was all structural. It was very deep and heavy and structural. And now with the little feathers and the indents around the eye, those are textural marks that indicate feathers. And I'll repeat those over and over to start developing a sense of density and value and shade. So they're just little short little strokes. Line is value on that top ridge of the brow. So that's value marks. Those little dots, those little pointillistic type little marks will also add a sense of texture and density and tone. And again, like I said, I'm making marks in the direction of the flow of the feathers. I keep switching between definition marks, value marks, textural marks. And I'm creating a sense of value, making that lid around the eye appear to be coming forward. Textural marks right there. And I was there we go, got these little symbolic textural marks, those little circles for some of the little highlights in and around the face of the, right up around where the beak comes in. Feather marks on the opposite side of the beak. That's all texture. Yep. Textural marks defining the outer edge of the eagle's head and the irregular qualities of the feathers on the top of the head. And now I'm going to work structural marks coming around to create the beak. I'll break the line. It's not necessarily a continuous line. Coming back to the back side of his mouth. Getting that little lower rounded portion to the lower part of his beak. Yeah. All right, bouncing around. Definition marks again for that little skin right on top of his beak, getting his nose built in there. And that's essentially what I'll do. I'm working on the inner edge of that beak where his little shadow is. I'm going to thicken up, put a shadow on the lower beak from the upper beak. Again, some more of those symbolic marks. Now this, there we go. Those marks are definitely textural. I'm going to walk on around the head, make sure I have that irregular broken edge to read as feathers. Kind of elongated V's, depending on where it's at. Get more of those symbolic circles. I want to get that upper brow to his eye. A little thicker upper and lower lip separation there. Predominantly texture and structure marks at this point. I really haven't done a lot of value work yet. And a nice trick I learned as a graphic designer years ago in an Illustrator, doing a lot of graphics, a lot of cartoons, is to make an outer edge of the drawing heavier, thicker than the line work, mainly for emphasis. It pops the subject matter from the background, especially on areas of direction change. If a line is changing direction, that arc, that point of direction change, you make that mark thicker right along that edge. Those are textural marks, serving also to create a little more value. Just kind of looking around, where should I work? Now I'm making that upper edge of the beak heavier, thicker. All right, and continuing some more work with the direction of the line. Kind of a contour line, a textural line to indicate a feather. I'm using it to kind of also create that shape right there under the eye. Those are some value marks right there. All right, that's a new mark right there, that little squiggle, that kind of a rounded V shape. I'll use those a lot, especially when I'm drawing birds, along with those symbolic round circles to create like bumps. They just read well. All right, I'm going to get started on the lower portion. Still working a little more value. Now I'm starting to hatch it just a little bit. Some more of those elongated ovals. There we go. More value on top. Working on that nose hole. And now we're going to work around and get that irregular feathered hood established. Come up and around where his shoulders, there's the front part of his breast there that separates the white from the darker body. And now I'm doing definition on individual feathers right here. I'm going to do a few of those suggested feather shapes. That's a little hatching for value. Just to pop the hood away from the body. There's the shoulder. If you notice, I'm drawing fairly angular still. There we go. Get the back part of his shoulder, a little more on that hood. You can see the pencil marks for the, had to change angle here. Since I have this taped down, I have to change angle so that now I'm using line as value to create tone. So that gray is being created by the hatching that I'm doing right there. This is not cross hatching, but hatching. And that darker hatching in around insets the eye into the face of the bird. Again, back to building those U shapes for the feathers along his shoulder. And I'm not going to do it completely. I'm going to just suggest them. I just want that to read as a symbolic texture as well. and I'll deal with that with the value here in a few minutes. So these are definitely different marks than the way I was drawing the top of the head. They're lighter. They're definitely a defined feather shape in this case. More hatching, a little more value. My original intent with this drawing was that I would then take it into a color wash technique. But because I'm drawing with this fountain pen, I couldn't remember if this was indelible ink or not. And once I started working with the watercolor, I realized, oh no, this is not indelible ink. It reactivated with the water. And I kind of messed up the original. So as soon as I dropped water on it, I knew I couldn't do the watercolor part of this. So I'll do another one, and I'll work with a Sharpie marker instead of a fountain pen. And again, there's some more line as value, creating tone on the surface, on the body now. I'm trying to get a little tonal difference between the hood and the body of the bird, just for density. So anyway, yeah, I had a catastrophe as I got started with watercolor with this. So I should have tested it before I made that decision. But there we go. Instead of a line art and wash demo, you're getting a nice line art tutorial today. Line as value underneath the beak, where there's a little more value. Again, as with pencils, the way you hold your drawing tool is going to affect what your mark looks like as well. So if the tighter you hold it down by the nib, the more control you have over it. If you move your hand back and have more of the length of the tool, the looser your marks will be. Again, more line as value in that area. I'm just bouncing around now. So as I wrap up this little sketch of this bald eagle, I hope you got some value out of watching me draw this and watching my techniques and the way this piece comes together. Hope it inspires you to give it a try. And here's the final piece. So if you've got any value out of this tutorial, please give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.